You're on stage now, right?
Oh boy.
Good morning, everyone.
Well, good morning, Hans. I haven't said hello
It's
to you now. Right.
Art Matters New York.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have here today a conversation with Leslie and Anita and Mark.
Hi.
Hi. So you got a lot of artwork to look at.
Yes. So we're gonna open. Oh, let me see. I might have to. Let me try. Please bear with us here while we get through some technical anomalies.
Right.
We'll call them anomalies.
I would
but
call
they
them
actually happen every.
normalities. Technical
Normalities.
Okay.
Always something which doesn't work.
Do this. Share screen. Okay.
There
Do
we
we
go.
all see that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the work of Leslie Adler. Leslie, why don't you just begin by telling us a little about what we're looking at now and what we're going to be looking at?
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, we had looked at a painting with this form, this human form in it. And it was a very layered painting that I got a lot of very nice feedback on. And a mentor of mine had labeled the human form of mine a bobblehead. um, I guess lacking any other term for them. But I have, throughout my career in the past, I'd say, oh gosh, many years, I just continually go back to this sort of armless, featureless form, human form. And I've tried it in many different ways, and I usually leave it and then go back. It just has stuck with me a little bit. And I think a lot of it, honestly, I mean, I'll be very honest with you. I think a lot of it might come with the only way I feel I can express the human form. I am okay at figure drawing. I'm not the best at it. I mean, if I put my mind to it, sure, I'm pretty good at it. But in terms of painting it, I just always I always shrink it down to some sublimation of the complication of the form. So I have a variety. I picked just a random bunch of these from over the past bunch of years. And this particular one you're looking at now is a collage that I made when I was um, during COVID, during quarantine, at the beginning of COVID. And I was in Vermont and I had very few materials, but I was able to, order some materials and make some materials. And these are pieces of printmaking that I cut up and made collage out of. So
How big is this, Leslie? What size is this?
this is small though. This is like 11 by 14.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the collages are not particularly big. Yeah. And
I love. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
no, they're pieces of different prints.
I love this, the concentric circles and the suggestion of a fingerprint somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the fingerprint is so specific as to identity, but the form is so, not generic, but generalized or embryonic, right? Without identity. So, like the combination of the two, I think is pretty interesting.
Thank you.
And go ahead, Hans.
Yeah, when I look at it, I like this double thing going on, like echo of a person.
Yeah,
I
do
then
too.
It's very intriguing. As you said, this fingerprint. It's like a code, and in a way, it reminds me like let's say an art piece or a message you send out on a spaceship in to find other creatures somewhere in our universe.
Oh, right.
Which might relate somehow You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not, you know, there is like interesting communication going on.
Like a ping, right? Like a ping.
Yes, in a way. And then you have
Yes.
this
Yes.
butterfly, you know, this very clear butterfly thing.
But the
It's
butterfly is also a bow tie.
yes, exactly, right,
I
right.
love that.
Very appealing to, you know, extra
Like
territorial.
usually I hate butterflies. You know, I would say, you know, like never draw butterflies, never put you know what I mean? Could almost say that, right? Like a
Right.
universal don't do. But this is great. This is perfect.
Here it works, you know.
It really works because
If
it's
the
reduced.
if the butterfly would be outside this figure, it would be very kitschy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's right on the right place, as you said, it's like old time or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it becomes something very special, I have to say. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love this image, and I love the the subtlety of going from the black and white to this very interesting palette of tan and this very, very deep, you know, Prussian blue,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
I
know,
like that
which is
too.
a really kind of strange and wonderful and beautiful at the same time. So it's a nice piece,
Thank you.
really nice. So let's go to the next one. I know there's a bunch of them, but
Okay,
I
yeah,
have
we can still go
let me
back to some.
figure out how to do this. 1 second. Okay.
Hmm.
Are you seeing that?
Yes,
Mhm.
Oh, good.
right. Mhm.
Oh my God, this one is not really. I'm This is actually a gigantic painting that was failed, and my attempt to fix it was to
Mhm.
just cover it up with blue and leave, and what I left was this form, which is an
Right.
interesting commentary on me as an artist, honestly.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I did this on the floor in my parents' apartment in Florida. My dad, Marie, happened to give my father this gigantic canvas, and I was like, oh, I'll make a nice painting, you know, and there was no place to put it but like on the floor. And the painting came out terribly. And so I started covering it with blue and I left this form in the middle of it. And it has too much, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. It's extremely strange.
As in my opinion, it looks like a back nude in a way. Back nude.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a back. Yeah.
Yes.
Immediately think of Bonnard, you know, these women in the bathtub, or you know, sort of, and
Yeah.
so on. I think it's not bad. I mean, one sees it's an overpainted painting or what it, you know, sort of, but it has a nice feel, and also because one side is even cut off, it's sort of as if I find it not uninteresting.
I agree. I find it not uninteresting. I agree. There's definitely something to look at. The form, the central form is interesting. Um, I feel it's almost works as a painting. I'm trying to figure out why it doesn't ultimately for me. Um, and I'm not sure I can articulate exactly what it is that's doesn't feel fully complete or realized. Maybe,
Mm,
you know, maybe it wants to feel like sketchy and you know, direct in some way, but it isn't because it's an overpainted painting.
yeah.
So there's something a little bit dense, maybe a little too dense
Yeah.
about the execution relative to the subject.
Yeah. I could see that.
I don't know. That's the best way I can articulate it. I mean, I do like the image. I'm not.
Mhm.
Yeah, Anita, what's going on?
Well, I'm struck by its similarity to the one before because they both look like women from behind. To me. And there's something very mysterious and private about that. It's exactly what you said about woman in the bathtub. And the one before, I mean, if I look at it with my sort of archetypal head, you know, the butterfly is a symbol of there we go. So if you see that blue is the back of her neck, you seem to have
Oh.
someone looking into a mirror or having a very intimate relationship of some kind.
Right.
And you know, the butterfly is the symbol of from caterpillar to butterfly, you know, transformation. And I was struck by that. And for me, that creates quite a strong atmosphere. If the artist saw that and brought it forward a bit,
Yeah.
or called it back view, then I'd be oriented to this piece in a way that is actually moving. It moves me.
Mhm.
And so when I look at the other one, I'm seeing the same thing, except behind her, she's got a snake.
Mhm.
And that's exciting to me. I'm going, and so I'm seeing it that way. And each time when I see that, my mind corresponds to what I'm seeing in a way that makes me feel that I'm looking at something very deep.
I agree. I think that's an interesting interpretation.
Yeah, thank you, Anita. That is
Sure.
interesting.
Okay.
That's really interesting.
When you talk about it in those terms, it's like I almost don't care about the painting. Like,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
critique, I don't care about, if we're just looking at content and meaning,
Yeah.
then I don't care about ultimately how the painting works or doesn't work. I mean, I do in some, way,
Sure.
of course, but it's not
Yes.
the most important thing.
Sure. No, I realize that.
Yeah.
I would leave the painting as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I agree with Mark, there is something maybe, but I wouldn't know what it is because
Yeah, it's hard to say.
in that sense, it's completely balanced because
Right.
you don't know what to change.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
You said it was a large canvas, so obviously, it took a lot of energy just to put the
Yeah,
blue paint on I mean, there was a lot of consideration
there
and a
was a
lot of,
lot of energy. Yeah,
it
there was
takes
a lot of
energy. And so in a way, we have to respect that.
Yeah.
You have to respect it. It's something you made.
yeah.
And, yeah. So it's something to,
and I
respect.
think this dark line, this dark blue line on the
Yeah.
right, it's just gray. It's
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I don't.
Right. Yeah. It's
Otherwise,
unexpected.
probably if that wouldn't be there, then the painting would fall apart
Yeah.
completely, I would say.
Right.
So, I mean, you did the right thing, I think. Out intuition.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Gosh.
This is India ink, and this piece was in a whole mess of shows in New York and all over. I don't know. People really like this piece.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I think I sold it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I did sell this piece actually. I think I sold this piece. I don't remember. It's gone, so I'm pretty sure I did. But it was in a lot of shows, and I didn't know how I felt about it. I didn't understand why it appealed to people so much, honestly. But I think it grew on me, seeing it so much.
It's a little reminiscent for me. I mean, I don't know if this really matters, but of a Francesco Clemente, his
Well,
approach, because of the figure, the beautiful, delicate form of the figure, with a very relaxed watercolor, in this case, India ink.
you are going to
So,
see a whole
but
bunch of things that are influenced by him. He was such a major influence for me because I went to a retrospective of his at the Guggenheim. Oh my God, it was a very long time ago,
yeah,
probably 20 years ago, and maybe more. And
Right.
I was stunned by his retrospective, stunned by it. There was one painting of his that I just looked at and just cried. I was like, oh my God. And there was something about his work that stuck with me. And so there's a lot of his influence in some of these. You know, there's one that's almost a copy of something of his, so I'll show you as we go, but you're right on with that. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I
How big,
also like,
can I just
go
ask,
ahead, Anita.
how big is it?
22 by 30.
Gotcha.
I love this, whatever, this weird underpainting. It's very, what's the word? Very
Leather.
poetic. I don't know what the word is.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Just that
Yeah.
little thing going on in there, like a magic
Yeah.
realist, or I don't know,
Mhm.
whatever. It's very nice. It's like a ladder. It looks like a ladder with a ribbon. I don't know,
Mhm. Yeah.
tied around the neck thing. I don't know. It's nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice piece.
Yeah.
So, mhm.
Gosh.
This piece,
I like this too.
yeah, this is in someone's house in Mexico. And yeah, this is
Same size, 30
yeah,
to 32 or
22
whatever.
by 30. Painted around the same time as the
Yeah.
last.
Was that meant to be like this suggesting a veil, the
Yes.
white? Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that.
it is a veil actually, yeah.
That's
Mm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought that as well.
Again, the
Suggest
tattooing or the writing on the figure is really effective.
It's almost too beautiful, but
there's a
that,
suggestion of pregnancy that I
that
like.
is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the veil and the pregnancy is a nice little juxtaposition.
Yeah, yeah.
And also inside again, this the spine, the spine leather symbolism.
I do
Uh,
like that.
yeah, it's nice.
Um, it's I've always I do like your marks. When you I really do, and it's because it's where I don't dare go. I don't dare put marks on my work.
Don't care for what?
I don't dare put marks on my work. I've
Right.
started to experiment with it,
Yeah,
so it's a very bold thing to do. Because when the paint does its thing, you almost don't have to take responsibility for it. But when you
right.
put a
Yeah.
mark down,
Really.
suddenly you're making a comment of some sort. Or are you? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think the marks definitely have meaning, personal meaning for me and
Ah,
are part of my history. But
ah,
they're not planned marks. They're intuitive marks completely. There's no planning these marks. They're just what
yes,
comes out at the time.
yes.
There's certain themes that, are just from things in my life, but I don't plan what's going to come out. And actually,
Yeah.
most of the time I do them, I close my eyes.
Oh, now there's a hint.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent too of what you find in caves, done by ancient people, and when you don't know quite
Yeah.
that kind of thing too.
I like that very much. That's a
Very
beauty.
much.
Now
Yeah.
this is very tender and nice. Yeah.
Now here's a
Uh-huh.
little bit more energetic, rough. Like these are actually on they're not on good paper, and these were just I have a lot of energy that needs to come out. And so
Mm.
these were my more energetic ones. And that's why I'm showing you a sample of how many different ways I've worked with these forms. And, this is more how I'm feeling right now, actually. A little crazy.
I love
I'm
the blue box in there.
Yes.
right.
Yes.
I like that too.
It's like centering the piece. It's like
But yeah, yeah.
pinning it down on the paper. It's like, let's not float away here.
Right. Yeah.
But I see a little bit this ET, the ET.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
what I thought. Yeah, like R2D2 or a little bot, a little expressionistic robot,
right,
bot of some sort.
Mm. Yeah.
right, Robert. Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
nice. It's a nice piece.
It's very nice.
It's,
Very
it's
nice. The
maybe,
marks and
it's maybe less exciting than other ones,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's fine. You know?
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Now this is one of the older ones, and that was a
Mark, we see Mark.
Hold
Conrad.
on. I don't know what happened there. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let's go
That was
back.
from the last
Yeah, hold on.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Hold on.
You went somewhere history-wise backwards.
this
Okay.
is this is not much of anything. It's a little painting I like. It's really tiny. It's like 4x4 or 6x6. It's tiny and it's oil paint. And it's much nicer in person, but there was something about it that I liked. There's something about it I like.
It
That's all.
reminds me of Remedios Varo.
Mhm.
You know who she was? Like Leonora Carrington, Remedios Varo.
Mhm.
No, not familiar.
They were sort of magic realists, surrealists
Yeah.
in Mexico at that period with Frida Kahlo and people like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyway, it has that sort of vibe for me of
It reminds me like when we were 14 years old and lovesick, and
yeah.
you paint this
Yeah.
in your diary,
Right, right.
and then you
Yeah.
write a text below, how
Yeah.
did
This is very old, this piece. I'm not sure what it's doing in the folder, but I think it just was another form of bobblehead with this thing on the head and the whole thing, but it's very old.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
I like it. I like the the rendering. I like this. I can feel the time and the work that was done. The tender work
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
developing, and painting this.
Mhm. Mhm.
I
A lot of
appreciate.
a lot of layers.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. No, it's fine.
Oh, I like this. That's so great. That's just like bang, bang, thank you, man.
Exactly. This is the opposite of the last one, and you can see
Yes, I
you
know,
can see I'm all over the place. I'm just
I know.
experimenting. I like don't even know what to do with myself, as you can tell.
I think it's marvelous. I think the shapes and everything really came out, and it's certainly not wistful. And I like it. It's humorous. I think it's made me laugh.
Yeah,
It's
well, that's
funny.
good. That's good. Laughing is good. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did with this thing. This is really old too, and it's uh
It
very
looks like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Carry on.
no. I think it's also around the same time as the other one, believe it or not. It's just a different approach, and it's like more of an impatient thing, and but I happen to have liked it because it's of its graphic nature, and it's also I
Yes.
think it's pretty small actually. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, it refers to many things in paint,
Yes.
which is interesting.
My first take is sort of its reference to pop art,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because of the emphasis of just lips,
Yeah.
just
Mm,
the pleasure center, right? The
mm,
Wesselman, lips or
oh,
something. But it also has you know, it refers to comic art as
mm,
well. The
Absolutely.
hair and the simplicity. So
mhm.
yeah, but yet it's more loosely painted, so it's something else. It's
I,
fun.
I read it more like, more prone to abstract art and
Mhm.
abstraction. Javlinsky and all. I mean,
Right.
I. But it's nice when you see Wessel, or whoever. what you say? Yeah, the lips, first.
Yeah.
And
Well, I like what you said about cartoons because it is sort of like an homage to the cartoon
Yeah.
art, which is pretty fantastic out there. And I don't, what made me, you could, yes, I like that reference. Because there's some amazing stuff out there, that's sort of, I don't know how part of the art scene it is, but comic work can be quite remarkable.
Absolutely.
but it could be also like a small section of a Matisse painting,
Yes, of course.
You know,
Yes.
it's like
Yes. Yes.
so I see everything like a little bit 100 years back.
Yes, of course. Yes. Yes. And the colors as well
Yeah,
are very
I like
unusual, but they work.
Yeah, the blue is for the flesh tone is pretty strange.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Here we go.
I don't know what's coming next.
I don't either.
You will be surprised.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
mm.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Huh.
This is acrylic on canvas. It's
It is
about, yeah, about 11 by 14.
Hmm. Really nice. Very interesting.
That same interesting color scheme too, that pink and pale green. Very subtle. I love the patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
'cause it's
really
always
incredibly satisfying, this one, just to allow your eye to peruse the surface, all of the textures and patterns, and the subtle color.
Mhm.
It has a real satisfying effect.
Mhm.
And these little dark moments, the little shadows, really nice.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Could be even almost Paul Klee
Mm-hmm.
type of,
Mm-hmm.
unexpected pieces of Paul Klee.
I like these pieces because they're not, I don't know what the word is. Would it be didactic, or
yeah.
they just, they have their own life. They don't tell you what to think or how to look, or,
Yeah.
they're not, they're just, they just have this nice sense of just being what they are.
It's yeah, their universe. You are just pulled into that universe,
Yeah.
and that's it in a way.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Not
of
really something you look at. You are in there.
Right.
You are right put in there, and there is no, it's like
It's very mysterious, this one.
Mhm.
The colors start having some sort of strange meaning that you can't really put your finger on. You know what I mean? It's an elusive feel.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I'm liking about it as well is it's a little bit like when you get light through a slatted window. You feel
Hmm.
that feeling really
Yeah.
feels like light through something. So there's a
Yeah.
lot about light in this painting that I'm enjoying.
But then one thing there, becomes like a leaf on
Yes.
the
Yeah.
left, where this line and so all
Yes.
these
Yes.
possibilities of form, which are they in the
Yeah.
back? No, they're in the foreground. There, it's yeah, wonderful.
Really very nice.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Mhm.
Let's see. I have to remember where we are. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Let's do that again.
Now this
Mhm.
one, see, this
Mhm.
one was like directly influenced by a Clemente painting.
Yeah, totally, of course.
And this was so long ago, a very old piece.
Yeah, okay.
It happens to be hanging up behind me, very far on the back wall, but
Right.
I did, yeah, I
Right.
did a whole bunch of these. I did a whole bunch and sold a bunch of them. I think actually, yeah,
You mean
I-
you did a whole bunch of this theme of kissing, of
yeah,
lovers or
two figures or one
yeah,
figure, you know, different colors, different shapes around them, you know.
yeah,
And as I said, these are, you know, very
Mhm.
old pieces, but it's kind of what started me on the whole
Mhm.
figure like this, only mine became more abstract, more layered. You know, his were more direct and his were more direct, more sensual, you
yeah.
know. Yeah,
I mean, this one, the subject is so direct, is so
right,
immediate,
right.
front center.
Yeah,
It's all about the subject.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I kind of got away from his direct, you know, directness in that way, you know. I got away from that and
Yeah,
went to different mediums
Mhm.
and I like layering, you know, so you know, it changed over time to my own, you know, but at first I was very, very attracted to his work.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I like the also the white parts, between. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's
I
nice.
agree.
They are very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. These spaces in there are beautiful.
Yeah, wonderful.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm going the wrong direction.
Hmm.
This is so interesting because I have no idea what's coming up next.
Excuse me. Hello? Hello?
Oh, nice.
Yes, hello. Yes.
They're
Sorry.
nice, great forms.
Yeah, so this was just playing, you know, with even
Yeah,
even abstracting those forms even more. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah,
Like going more into like a different life, you know, like a relating that form into more organic and biological forms, you know.
Hmm.
sure.
Um, yeah,
They look like, this one here looks like sort of a surrealist perfume bottle,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You
yeah. Mhm.
know,
It looks like in the pink one right there, there's a little face
yeah,
almost.
there's a face right there.
Yeah.
And this is like a sock on the floor.
Yeah,
It's like everything is in this one.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the whole
And then
line.
a strange sea creature here.
Hmm.
And this one looks like an Ernstian or a Miro sculpture
Hmm.
form. And this is a piece of pizza, of course.
I
A
see those
slice, a
my
slice.
hand.
This
My
is an artist's palette.
Yeah. That's my table light in the very left corner, upper corner, left. You see,
Which
that's
one?
my
This?
light I have here on the table. Yeah,
This one?
no, the other one. Wait, yeah, this one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
I have this light here. It looks exactly like.
But I like it. I mean, it's fun, it's playful, and the colors are beautiful. It's nice.
Yeah, it's very
Uh,
playful. Yeah, also
yeah. Sorry.
concentrated.
Um, two. Here we go.
Concentrated.
Oh, this
Mm.
is a terrible picture of this. It has more color than this.
Oh,
This is
okay.
not a lot of color, but a lot of subtle color that's not showing up here for some reason. It's
Right.
it's a very rich little painting and it looks very faded for some reason in this picture. Very unsaturated. I should have fixed the picture, but it's also very small. It's
Right.
like one of those 4x4 canvases and it's oil.
Mhm.
It looks like, let me see. Oh, I can't play with this. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I can. No, I wanted to turn it a little, but
Mhm.
um, yeah, this one to me looks like a collision of two asteroids.
Ah,
Except that it's now in this orientation, of course, it's a head and a body.
Right,
It's anthropomorphic.
right.
But in any other direction, horizontal, it would be like an asteroid encounter.
I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think of it as rocks.
Yeah.
I,
Mhm.
I think I was trying to paint rocks.
For me, it's
Let me type through
sculptural,
that. Let me find Andy.
sculptural sort of.
Say that again, Hans.
It looks like sculpture,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like two stones or
yeah.
aha.
So this is another one of those like on very crappy paper, like it's almost like a watercolor sketch, like the one that looked like ET. It was a series of those. It was around the same, it was the same grouping.
Mhm.
Because I painted this weird color in the background on all of them. And you could see it's crappy paper because it's all buckled and whatever, but yeah, it was just experimenting.
This one has a strange, quirky, personal, emotional charge. I don't know if it was intended because you just said it was just playing around or experimenting. But, that kind of bloody drip, from the head, from the brain, you know, has a certain charge.
That's very. It has a Philly Scottman feeling.
Yeah,
That's funny.
right, right.
That's funny.
Uh, But
So would
it
I be
works.
wrong to think that, Leslie?
Um, I don't think so. No, I mean, I don't have I don't know that I have any big intention in these. It's more, again, I'm just so intuitive with my work, but
Yeah,
I do obviously give thought that, okay, I like pattern, I like the, I like the contrast between the pattern and the roughness. And a lot of my pieces have this line, this spine, this thing going through,
yeah.
a lot of my pieces have that in it, I don't know what that means. I'm not going to pretend I do.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I think there is a lot of emotion in this one for sure.
Mhm.
I love there's a strange, what's the word? Whatever, strange energy between as I said, the red, the color red, which is highly
Yeah,
charged, and the
yeah,
fact that it's dripping, right? But
right.
then this very, very, playful apron with this, with the yellow daisies on it, you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah,
the juxtaposition of those two things, the horror on the top and the
right,
complete,
yeah.
sweetness or, of a little housewife's, flowered apron on the bottom.
I should
It's
really,
kind of,
I should really name this false duality.
yeah, it's sort of like Shelley Duvall in The Shining,
Yeah,
you know?
Yes, nice. Yeah,
I love it.
it was great.
Can I just apologize? This is English time and my mother's 102.
Wow,
So that was a slight emergency phone call I had to take, but that's it. It's over.
no
Yeah.
problem.
No
Okay.
problem.
That was the
Yeah.
only reason. So,
Wow, your
I felt
mother's
bad about
100.
that. Yes,
She's
I know.
102.
That's
Yes.
amazing. That's
Well,
Wow.
amazing.
Well, it's
That's
not. It's not.
amazing. It is.
Yes, it is, but it's not something to wish for. Trust me,
Right. Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I missed anything, I'm so sorry, Leslie.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. No
Really
apologies.
enjoying it. Okay.
No apologies.
So we can go back to, I think you missed one or two. Let's see.
Right.
Yes.
We looked at this one.
Yes.
Which I
Which-
was saying has a little, it's a lot darker and has some tones of color in person. It's just a very poor picture, honestly, but it is what it is.
Well, it's very
That's what we're-
sculptural. It definitely goes into sculpture.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what Hans was saying.
You know, it goes into what we were looking at last week.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah,
Hans?
yeah. Yes.
We were looking at all of that kind of monumental anthropomorphic sculpture.
Yes. And it's a little bit like one of Henry Moore's notebooks.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly.
Mm.
Oh, look.
This is fun. I like it now.
Yes, I
Second
do.
time around.
Yes.
It's great.
Mm.
It's-
I don't use this much color very often, so
No,
it's an anomaly for me.
it's fun. It's nice that you're just, you know, that you can explore and just play
Yes.
with all of these
Of
different
course.
things without, you know, editing yourself
Yeah.
so much. Let's see, did you see that, Anita?
Yes. That's
Okay.
when I shot off. Yes. So,
Okay,
I think
so
I froze.
let's go back. Let's see where we are. Okay, we just seen that. Sorry. How about this? Okay,
yes. That's fun.
this one is fun, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty. Ooh.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Great. I love the hand
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
in that otherwise, you know, very abstract. I like how the hand just is more articulated.
Yeah.
I even like, you know, this is something I wouldn't ordinarily like, but I like the way the blades of grass or whatever are coming up from the edge. You know, usually I don't like things
Yes.
coming from the bottom edge, you know, but this somehow works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The man who fell to earth.
The blue lines are also interesting.
I think Leslie is gone.
Oh no.
Really?
Right.
Well, I don't see her anymore.
I don't
Right.
see her picture.
She'll come back on. Somehow she got disconnected. I'm sure she'll be back.
I mean, these drawing type things, it remind me very much on Giacometti.
Yes.
This
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had this way of make portraits or whatever.
Right.
This line thing. I like the piece.
I do too.
For me, is the hand a little bit too literal. I mean, it's nice, but a little bit.
For some reason, I think it works. I like it.
No, it works.
Yeah. Well, when you compare it to the other ones, I didn't actually see the hand to begin with until you pointed it out. For me,
Yeah.
it was another shoulder with maybe a lapel on it or something. And then now I see it.
Oh,
I can't
right.
unsee it. Yes.
Oh, look, she's back.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Right.
Okay.
This is another one of those at the same period of the one with the apron and the other ET one.
I like this. I like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I like this. And the helmet, the space helmet, strange
No,
TV, the
yes,
shape,
all of that. Yes, yes.
all these illusions and trying
God
to,
help me. It could be a washing machine as well, a front loader.
yeah,
Another domestic reference, yeah. But
I like
yes,
this a lot. Hmm.
I love the
Okay.
yellow. Yellow's just perfect for me.
I think oh, we're back there. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Mhm. Mm.
This
This,
is very graphic and it's really nice. And it reminds me of it reminds me of that whole genre of Polish posters, poster art.
Mm.
Are
Oh,
you familiar with Polish
no,
poster art?
no.
It's
um, I,
fantastic.
I
Yeah.
love, oh, go ahead.
You know what I'm talking about, Leslie?
I mean, I studied a little bit Russian poster art, but
Yeah,
not Polish poster art. But I love the Russian poster art, and having a strong graphic design background.
right.
This brings us full circle because I have 5 or 6 of these, maybe 7 of them. I think there's only 2 in this particular folder. I have more of them, but this is one that I did again in COVID, when I couldn't go out and was in Vermont, and I had this print. I actually made the printmaking paper with the gradation. I made that and then cut it out and then stamped my way, into the.
I like it. And the shadow behind the head is really great.
Yes, it's made me think of something about all these pieces because I keep getting the feeling of being behind someone.
Hmm.
And it's almost like, as the viewer, I'm existing in the unconscious of the artist.
Hmm.
It's like being behind, and it's, as I say, it's very intimate and secret.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's almost, I feel like I'm, yes, existing in the unconscious of this figure, trying to read a book or something. I don't know, but I like it. Your work's very moving.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
That's what I
absolutely.
find. I find myself moved by it.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's quite a compliment because, you when you show your art, you want people to feel something, hopefully,
Yeah.
or have
Right.
Yeah.
some kind of reaction,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Very strong graphically.
Very.
Very nice. I mean, I like, the head being black and then transitioning, to colors, to spectral,
Mhm.
colors. But the black,
Mhm.
relative to the noise that all the letters represent that are
Mhm.
part of the thinking, the head, black,
Yeah.
the black and white,
Mhm.
neural, black and white.
Mhm.
Interesting. Works. Okay.
Yeah. Also.
That's that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Let me go. Oh, here we are. I think there's just one more. This
Oh,
one.
yeah. You go again. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's great, great. Mm.
Still life or whatever. Yeah.
Mm.
This one won't fit. So it's just whatever.
Mhm.
It's pretty large. This one is, I don't know, it's a very
Okay.
large piece.
Okay.
And it's, I think this is pastel, actually.
Well,
This one is the most kind of conventional in a strange way,
Mhm.
painterly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I kept going back over it or kept adding and changing, and
Yeah.
finally I was like, no more, it's just crazy. I just kept going into it and into it and into it, you know?
Right. Right.
Right.
I like this area down here. I find really interesting and intriguing. I mean, there's
Yeah.
certain passages that I like.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I like the, it could be a bottle. I see almost a bottle
Yeah.
A
through,
box.
when you look through
Oh, you mean like
glass.
here? This whole
Yeah.
form?
When you
Yeah.
look through glass. So. But it's a bit overworked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too much going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, also these lines in the middle, the white lines.
Yeah. There's things
So
that don't
that's
quite work.
things going on, which I can process in my age now.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. I mean, there's certain little areas like behind the neck there that I like where the black and orange meet,
Yeah.
that little corner and down by where you said, Mark, I really like, but like, this upper right quad I could do without altogether. Same with the whole right side I could do without, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm.
It has a little bit of a Basquiat vibe, but it's too
Yeah.
pretty, you know?
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I could probably crop out a lot of it and
Yeah, whatever.
feel better about it, but
I think that's it. I think that was the last one. Oh, no, no, no. There's a few more. Sorry.
oh my God. Well, there's like double this amount of folder, but I was like, I can't send them this much. This is horrible.
Have any of you ever tried to make an art book of your work?
No, but well, it's funny you said that because I never put them all together in a folder until Mark asked me if I had more that I've done of that shape from
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. And when I realized how many, I was like, well, maybe I should put these in something,
Yeah.
in a book, because I do have books of a bunch of other work. I have
Yes.
books of markings. I have, different kinds of books.
Hold
Right.
on.
But I had actually, I had sent this one ceramic piece I just did because that's all I had that was very recent. And then I remembered that Mark had, suggested that, and I was,
Oh, yes, that's lovely.
the problem with it is that there's a small crack inside, so it doesn't work.
Well, can't see
Well,
it.
it can
Works
be
on
decorative.
Yeah. And it does have also a little slightly more color. There's like this color next to the black is actually kind of like an aqua, and there's some like yellowish streaks in the background. So the yellow and blue are lost for some reason a little bit in the photo. But I was experimenting with oxides. I was throwing oxides on the clay.
Did you make the piece?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right. I like it. I like the form,
me too.
and I like the treatment, the drawing on it a lot.
yeah.
I think you should do more. How have you done a lot of have you done a lot of this?
Um,
Ceramic?
no, really. I used to just paint on ceramic and sell the pieces 100 years ago, but now I'm actually making them and I'm learning. It's not easy.
Did you
I
do this recently? Recently?
Yes, very recently, a few weeks
I
ago.
like it.
Oh,
I like it a
okay.
lot.
I
Yeah,
do
thank
like it.
you. And I am doing a lot of it now. I am doing a lot of ceramics now, and a lot of the pieces, actually, I should have included I have a bowl with the same treatment. Yeah, I'm very into like this just uh, very organic art with the oxides. I'm experimenting with cobalt oxide, iron, a whole bunch of them, and
Yes,
it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
yes, yes.
The color is, like I said, I'm disappointed you can't see it in the picture, but it is subtle. The color is very subtle, but I like the contrast of the subtle color with this black oxide, which yeah.
No, yeah, it has a refreshing feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
think-
doing these in a workshop or at home?
No, it's funny because a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go to a ceramic class with her, and I was like, sure. And so now it's been a year of us going, and I just finally started, making some pieces that I like and found my way. But I also have an old kiln a friend of mine who's a sculptor. She has my kiln in her garage, and I have like a lot of clay in my house here. So since I've been doing this in the clay workshop, I am going to start also making pieces at home and letting her fire them. So I'll have the two different things going because it's really therapeutic for me, honestly. They're very therapeutic for me.
I know a lot of people now that are doing ceramics where I
Yeah.
live up here. Everyone seems to be interested in ceramics now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know many people.
Leslie, do you do coil work or do you use the wheel?
Well, actually, right now I just bought a coil maker to
Okay, all right.
do coil pieces, but the problem, I wanted to do the wheel very badly. The problem with the wheel is
Trust me.
it's very bad for your back. It's really bad for your back, that position.
Oh, but yes, it would be. I never thought of
Yeah,
that.
so when I do the wheel, I end up in like traction, in like spasms, and I can't move. Like there's some
Right.
people who have a standing wheel, I guess, but
Yeah.
most of my work, and I've done some sculptural work with ceramics before, most of my work is with slabs right now.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what you use. Well,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I do a lot of slab work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you carry on because this is lovely.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks.
Oh, this is the
Oh,
same.
that's just lovely. It really is. And
The handle is
From the
extremely
other
perfect.
side.
I love the form. I think it's really fun.
I do too. Yes.
Thank you. It's, I get frustrated when I think it's like I know what problems are there, and so I get frustrated. And then the person who runs this class, she said, if you want something perfect, go to Pottery Barn.
Go to what?
She said, go to Pottery Barn if you want something perfect.
Oh.
She's like,
Well,
why
I
are you
mean, part of
coming?
the charm, and I think what we like about ceramics is that they are, imperfect, handmade,
Absolutely.
organic, all
Yeah,
those things.
right.
It's what we like.
Yeah, it's not made from a mold. It's like a one of a kind. Your hand is in it, your hand, your markings, your whatever.
Yeah,
Absolutely right. Yes.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thanks. So I'm excited because, I'll be doing, I have a whole bunch of pieces that are ready to glaze, so I'm excited about that. And
Good.
I'll be carrying on with the printmaking as well. I have a lot of prints I haven't been able to show you that are super interesting, and I haven't been able to show you because I haven't, honestly, with all the crap that's been going on, I haven't been down to the studio, which is where they are. So I'll have to do that another time. But I really appreciate you all giving me the time for all these pieces because I never really, it takes me so much time to look back and know what I think or feel about a piece. I can't in the
Right.
moment have any commentary or any feeling for it until I step way back.
Right.
For other people's pieces I can, but for my own, I have to have distance,
Hmm.
I really do. I have to have this major distance. And yeah.
Mhm.
So I just appreciate it because I respect your opinions so much,
Great.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, we appreciate your work, and what can I say? It's a pleasure to
No,
look at it
really.
and talk about it.
Well,
We
thank
enjoy
you.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
It also means I'm going to have more courage about making marks, I think. I never thought of
yes,
this.
yes,
I
Good.
hadn't, I hadn't
Yeah.
thought of doing them in white. That's interesting. So,
yeah. Well,
I
it's
think
funny because your video, I was like, I'm going to be courageous and send Mark and Hans my video, even though I like
Yes.
cringe when I see myself on it. At least my everything about, I'm like, ew. But like I'm so judgy with everything. But it's just such a well-made. The young man who did it did such a good job, regardless
I'd
of.
like to see it.
how
Yes.
long is it?
It's really short. I sent it to you guys. I think
We
during the
can
class.
share it, no?
You can. If I sent it to both of you. I don't know if you got
Okay.
it.
When? Today?
Yeah.
It's in the
Oh.
email.
Let me
Did-
look.
Did you get it, Hans?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't
Hans,
know.
oh, I see here now. Yeah.
It's a YouTube. It's short.
Can we look
but-
at it? Can we look at it?
Minutes.
You
Yeah,
can.
Sure.
You want to share it, Hans, or should I?
I can share it.
But
Yeah, you-
Anita's the one who gave me who like, I'm like, if she can share a video, I guess I'll just.
I can share it.
Good.
Shall I
You see, a
share
little
it?
competition is good.
No,
Yes.
it's not even that,
I
It's-
know, I
yeah.
know, I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of inspiring. You go, oh,
Yeah.
I did that once, you go, in your
Yeah.
head. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
What do you see the thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
When I first started as an artist, I actually felt guilty about all the material that was being wasted.
That's a familiar
Maybe the
thought.
paper might have been the first impetus, but now I feel like it's a really good exercise in design, in layout, in matching colors. You look at a painting with a completely different view. Even if there might be a piece that fits better, my thinking is I chose that piece for a reason. My hand reached for that piece. That's it. I accept what is. I just accept what is and I make it. Lately, I've been plein air painting, which is really new for me and something I always wanted to try. Just finally got it together after being inside for a long time. Maybe that was the impetus. It has helped me to learn to paint without attention online or photograph.
It's me. Now I'm envious.
It enabled me to take that view and bring it back here to the studio and sort of reconstruct it and give you a different sort of view. It's a process that takes you from outside to inside, being aware of what you're looking at outside, and then when you come in, you're completely dependent on your memory of that view. So you're filtering it through where you are in any given moment. Art has been a survival tactic to me. I feel differently when I don't get to work. I'm extremely intuitive. When I think about certain things that I'm continually seeing in my work, there's freedom, there's movement, and evolution. Even in my wood carvings, which are just expression of the growth of nature, of trees, of fungus, of all life. I try and stay really open. I can choose a direction I'm working in now, and I can enjoy it. If I work the way I want to work in the moment, then I'm going to trust that the future will work out the way it's meant to work out. I know that sounds like a lot of faith. The past is a dream. The future's a dream. So I think now is it.
Great.
I'm so glad to see that. It was marvelous.
That's great, Leslie. That's
Yes.
really,
God, it's so
It's-
embarrassing.
that's terrific. No, it's poignant. It's good.
Like I sound so stupid at the end there with my little mundane philosophy. I'm like,
I love that. Are you kidding? Works for me.
oh, for God's sakes. I'm like,
Yes.
holy shit. But he did such a good job,
Yes, he did.
He did a
It
good
was a very
job.
good video, yes. But I
Yeah.
love your work. And I love the pieces that were all over the back there that we glimpsed. That you
Yeah.
had the same size square and all these different windows. It's these wonderful colors and shapes. Really cool. I was
Yeah.
envious.
Well, I just take, and you do this too, Anita. I mean, I just take, like I have boxes of old paintings and materials, and
Yeah,
sometimes I just sit for hours and put them together in these small little pieces, and I have hundreds of them.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
And
too.
during the studio tour, people, I sell them for almost nothing, but people, they're nice little whatevers,
No, they really are. I mean,
Nice.
if I
Yeah.
was in your studio, I'd be looking for 3 or 4
Yeah.
together.
So,
When is your studio? When did you say your next
tours,
opening?
October, I think it's 19th, 18th, 19th, 20th. It's always the middle weekend in October, like the
And where
18th.
will that be? Where?
It's in East Orange, New Jersey. So it's
Oh,
right
okay.
just north of Newark. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I'm in the city, I'd love to come.
Yeah, it's a lot of artists. I mean,
Yeah, it would be fun.
yeah, it's like there's like 60 artists, so it's a full day of like, talking and looking, and there's some very successful artists in the buildings,
Yeah.
and all different kinds, which is
Yeah.
nice, you know. Yeah,
I like what you said because it echoes how I feel too, which is that a day without work is uncomfortable. It's like you find yourself in.
yeah.
I certainly feel that.
I
It is,
agree.
it is
Yeah.
uncomfortable, and I
Yeah,
can't,
it's a good word.
yeah,
It's a
and I
good
can't
word.
always do it lately, so it's, I'm just trying to, but you can always, whenever I've done a body of work or show or something, and afterwards I always feel so lost, or you have these periods where you feel a little bit, I have these periods, I shouldn't speak for anybody, but these periods where I'm lost, and it was a friend of mine who said, a professor of mine who said, it doesn't matter, just like 30 seconds a day, a mark on a piece of paper, do something every day. And I had a period where I couldn't get to the studio. I had a lot of paperwork, and I had a bottle of ink and those small little, 6 by 8 inch pad by my desk. And every day I would like just make a mark. Every day, just take my black ink, make a mark. And I ended up making a giant book of marks from that practice. And it got me back into it. And, at first I was going to put down how I felt that particular day when I made the mark, but it wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary, at all. But, I tried to make this similar mark, but you can't make the same mark twice. You can't
No.
step,
No,
you can't, it's like stepping in the stream, right? You
You
can't do
can't.
that.
You don't. Not the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's amazing it's like during COVID inside, I would just sketch my dog every night, when I didn't have any material, So there's always something you could do, I guess,
Yeah, that's a good reminder.
Yeah, I mean, not that I follow my own advice. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it is good advice to just do something. It doesn't matter what it is. And
yeah,
there's always materials at hand, there's always, you can make a mark, or you could, take, some of this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
Yes, there you are.
and
Yeah.
just do something with it,
Yes, it's true. There you go. Yes.
So, yeah, so it's immediate. You can do it.
yeah,
And then, it's really interesting accumulation. When you actually do something every day, and then after a month, or a few weeks, you look back on it and you have
right,
a lot of things,
right,
and they have their own, um, relationships, and, to just create something bigger.
yeah. I would really love to move the ceramics and maybe even the paper into sculpture. I really would love to do more 3D things.
Mhm.
Bobblehead sculptures. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. But
You
so
know,
do you have work? Anyone else have work or?
no one else has work. We could end this, and you can stick around. I wanted to show you some, because I mentioned it, some Polish posters, and no one
Okay.
seemed to be familiar with the genre. And it's huge and rich and extremely interesting and very inventive
Okay.
and graphically, So we could we could
Could
just go.
you, I mean, I'm very happy to do that, but just did my stuff get through? Because if it didn't, I need to.
Oh, did you send stuff?
Yes, but if it
Oh.
didn't get through, because you remember I'm quite happy to push it off until next week.
Well, we could do it now.
Well, it's up to you guys. I mean, it's
Well,
like,
where did you send it? I don't have
I
anything.
sent it by email and I just need to know if it didn't get through is really why I'm interrupting.
I
But
did.
When did you send it today?
no, yesterday.
Yeah,
Um,
Oh, really? No, I haven't.
okay.
I didn't
well,
see it either.
Okay, well, let me
I
get back to
looked.
I need to get back to my technical abilities then, and we'll do the other things. I just needed to
Well, it
know.
doesn't- I'm still looking. Hold on.
Um,
Maybe I didn't go back far enough. Uh, oh, I did get it. You see, I just didn't go back far enough. I do have
my
it.
God, you must get a lot of email. I only sent it yesterday.
Well, I get junk. It's called junk.
Oh God, yes.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't really look through it thoroughly.
Okay.
It's-
You still have 33,000 unread messages in your
Me?
email folder? Oh,
No,
that's
you know why? Because
No.
my computer crashed.
I see.
Oh, okay.
And so I only retrieved, I was actually able to retrieve, I think I had an accident. I spilled, had some watercolors out and I spilled the water and
Oh my gosh, wow.
everything I have too much on my work table. And so anyway, I took my computer to a, service, a technician close to me that actually does that, retrieves, they're very busy retrieving files because everyone's computers crash and we're all dependent on our
Right.
computers,
Yeah.
you know. So I only retrieved my music files and I didn't and that's it. And I
Wow.
let everything else just go.
Wow.
So I don't have any emails anymore, any old emails. So Anita, I see here that you sent me a lot of pictures of.
Of junk. We talked about junk last
Oh,
week.
that's right.
Which we don't have to look at now. I mean, I'm quite happy to watch the Polish posters. I just wanted to know you got the stuff. But
Do you want to look at these? You sent me 3 pieces of
yes, I
yours.
did. You can look at those and
Let's look at those.
And I can say this is that I cut stuff up, and this is the kind of stuff I cut up. And it's because when I do something like this, it doesn't mean anything to me. So I'm sending you stuff that doesn't mean anything to me. And the only reason I've got it is because my husband said, don't you dare cut it. But essentially, so I was curious to know what you make of it.
So you know what? I'm just sending this to. I have to send it to my other email, and then we'll open it up. And that'll just take a second.
Mm. I collect also a lot of stuff,
Do you?
but more maybe digital things and pictures, since
Yes.
computer.
Sure.
But then I usually have a very good order and everything, but sometime I can't anymore. So I have folders which are called like unresolved number 1, unresolved number 2, unresolved number 3, and that that I'm saying.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, because otherwise I go crazy.
Yes, yes, yes.
You make even in unresolved things order. By just
So
one thing.
I'm going to just let's see, share the
God.
screen.
They have a
And
garage
we'll
filled
just
with
do it
stuff.
this way.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. They are pieces which you are not include in your artwork.
No, and basically, this is the sort of thing I make when I go to the canvas and then I cut it up.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it doesn't speak to me. This is like an expression of energy.
Mm.
And
It doesn't speak to you, but you want to keep it.
well, I am keeping it, yes. But it's
So it's also unresolved, you know.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the only reason I'm keeping it is because my husband was very clear that, you know, so I was influenced. But this is the sort of thing I make and then cut up because I'm so interested. When you go in with small, like if you do a camera thing, you start to see so many other potentials inside the piece, which is why I've gotten stuck on grid work. You know, either three lines of between 9 and 12. And yeah,
I understand. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I see a lot in the bottom, the horizontal bottom half of this. I see a lot, and there's
yeah,
certain areas that I just really love. You know, you
yes,
have like this almost like tree of life thing in the middle of it, and then
yeah.
and it almost looks like a little figure to the left of it, and then this intriguing red and blue area. I don't know. It just the bottom half is way more interesting to me than the top half.
Yeah, no, I can believe that. And
Or maybe the top third, actually, the bottom third, actually, because I
Yeah.
even like, you know, it's interesting because you said something before about not being brave and making marks, but this is the complete opposite, Anita. This is
That's what I was thinking.
beautiful mark making. I mean, oh my
Yeah.
God, like this is extreme, beautiful mark making, you know?
Oh,
So, Anita, are you saying that you didn't make these marks deliberately? Like these marks are the result of a process?
no, I just picked up
Other than,
I just picked up a piece of cardboard and just dabbed it, you know, on the canvas with something dark.
I mean, that's what mark making is. I don't
Yeah.
plan any marks. I just, you know, and I think you're excellent at it, you know, and very brave.
Okay. Well, the thing
And
is that
also-
your stuff looks like it's done with
was rendered.
rendered. Yes, mine is
Not though. It's not
Yeah.
though.
So
Yeah.
her mark making, Anita thinks that her mark making are more the result of some sort of process, whereas yours is actually deliberate and rendered.
Yeah.
But I think it's very close as
Well, I
to
shall.
marks are made.
But
Yes.
mine are not, they're really just intuitive, made in the moment with energy. I don't plan any of it
Yeah.
or try and render it. I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe the process, it leans a little bit towards rendering. I don't know. I have no idea. But I just like when I see this piece and you said that you weren't brave with rendering, I was like, this is it. This is it.
Okay.
You
So-
know, at least to me, I see a lot of beautiful mark making in here.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
You
No,
know.
that's very comforting, I can tell you. Right.
So here's another one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you see this, the new one? Or no?
I can see it, but it's kind of
It's
Great.
grayed out. We could see it, but it's grayed out like it's.
Hold on, let me do this again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And this is also one of my wallpaper pieces. So it's a long piece that I cut into 3. So it's still all yeah.
You see this now?
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? No, it's different.
It's similar.
Yeah.
It's a different one, I can tell you that. You can see the bottom third is very different.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I do like the colors, the way they go together.
Oh, I love the colors.
You know, Anita, here's the thing with a piece like this that you
Yeah.
have to consider. This is overall. This is, kind of border to border energy,
Yeah.
So it's, more Jackson Pollock, right?
Exactly.
Everything is
Yes.
happening
Yes.
all at once.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But if you go back in, I mean, if you want it to be more of a, like Leslie's approach, let's say,
Yeah,
then, then you have to eliminate, I mean, I'm just saying, this is a possibility.
yeah,
You would have to eliminate some of the noise where you want, where you want to eliminate it and
okay,
develop a form in which this, which is more, you're developing a form and taking out some of the
well,
overall.
so it's back to negative space, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So right now, your approach is overall,
Yeah,
border to border stuff
exactly,
happening,
yeah,
colors, gestures, energy.
yes,
So that's, slightly different than another approach, which
right,
would be to, turn this into some sort of form, painterly,
yeah.
landscape, whatever,
Yeah.
forms floating, whatever.
Well, I absolutely agree with you, Mark, which is sort of why I want to cut it up because it then has a different.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It has a different
Exactly.
rhetoric. Yes, it does.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I see, and this kind of appeals to me because I feel like I'm looking at, this almost very similar central, like tree-like looking form.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's this energy just spinning around it and exploding from it, and
Right.
I like it. I don't know that I would cut this one up, but that's up to you because I do that with I do the same thing with my paintings. I always
Yeah.
cut them,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but the colors are I like the color a lot. I like
And
your palette. I like your palette a lot.
let's see. There's one more here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is another one. Okay, hold on. And let me go back to here.
This one I've lived, but it's been on my wall for a while, and so I've lived with them. But this last one sort of has a feeling that I like.
Yeah, this is the in a way for me the most successful.
Yes, I would agree with you, and I don't
mean,
know
as
why.
as a piece.
Yeah.
And this is very successful, I
And it's
think.
beautiful. It's absolutely
it is.
beautiful.
Oh,
It is.
good. And I'll cut up
Amazing.
the other two.
Yeah, this is a beautiful
Yeah.
piece.
If you have to, whatever.
Yeah, because it's very interesting to live with your work. So it's been on my wall for months because Andy liked it very much. And living with it, that's the one I keep coming back to.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The energy of it. It sort of has it's almost like a country lane you can walk down, something like that.
Well, so that was my point, is shape is getting rid of some of the noise.
Yeah.
And in this, there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
You're not assaulted with,
Yeah.
there's space to enter.
Yeah.
You have like relief in here, like there's relief. There's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's very helpful. Thank you.
No, it's great. Beauty. And also the lines in this, the way they all are moving, together and against each other really has a great feel. The
Yes,
more
I can't-
in this.
Yeah.
in some of
It's
the
almost-
areas.
It's almost like music, it sounds like some very abstract music,
Wow.
because things happen together musically, where things come together, but they can also be dissonant, and, part.
Yeah.
And there's also a little more contrast in the sizes of the shapes, like you have black area, a
Yeah.
solid black area, and what's going
Yeah.
on in the right corner, and this white, what you call the lane sort of thing. You have a little bit bigger areas. There's a little more contrast in the form, as well as the relief on top here,
Yeah.
But I also love all these little,
Yeah.
dots and dashes.
Yeah, it's
I honestly
So
don't remember
great.
I have no idea what I did.
How it breaks up into the little bits is really terrific.
I mean, to me, it's almost like a picture of wind. I mean, that's what comes to mind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
A lot
I
of
mean, I
movement.
can see what you're seeing. Yeah.
very
All right, then.
expressive. Very expressive. I like it.
That's very nice.
I mean, the interesting part would be in a way when you work only with these marks and not with the paint,
Yeah.
would open also for
That's a good idea.
a new
Yeah.
world, you know.
Did you say combing it with the marks? I didn't quite hear what you said, Hans.
That would open another whole big thing, you know.
But
if
what would? Did you say combing it, like with a haircut?
No,
Oh.
just go with the marks
Oh, go with the marks. Yes, I think yes, I
without
think
without paint, you know,
Yeah.
just with those marks
yeah.
and study them what they do, you know.
I like that idea. Try that.
I like
Uh,
that idea too.
Then
Or
you
just-
go really into more maybe in a drawing mode, or you know,
Okay,
but
right.
it's gonna be very interesting, you know, once you.
yeah, yeah.
But, you know, I like the painting too, but I mean, you know, you could actually try to.
Okay, I'll try that. This might be something I can do every day.
It's a good
Yes,
idea.
Yeah,
then
just do
what
marks
to
every
get
day and
out
see
of
what
there.
I've got at the end of the week. Okay.
and you will
I like
maybe end up more on a minimalistic suddenly, which has very interesting results. I mean, you know, I would suggest that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I'll give that a shot.
Mhm,
I think that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
mhm.
I
will.
agree.
I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
That's great because it'll be like a sort of notebook thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, you can hang out I'm gonna just end this recording.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
thank you, all of those who have tuned in today and
Yes, thank you.
shared this
Yeah.
this conversation with us. We appreciate it.
Okay.
And we'll see you next week.